Heartlings, HeartGamer26 here, and I am back with a brand new episode of AutoCraft. Yes, we are back. If you saw last week's episode, you know that we ended up play testing the Just Add Color Bear's wonderful new game, played against some of the other AutoCrafters. But yeah, you may notice doing something a little different this episode, kind of doing one of those time-lapse, and I talk over time-lapses. So yeah, just not feeling 100% today for this episode, so I thought we could just do something easy. So you'll be seeing in the background me building a bridge because I have decided I want to get the connections from the main residential island to the different other islands that I have, because I have other parts of the island where the bamboo and the older villagers live, and then I have one where it's the museum, campsite, my house, and some more villagers. So we'll be showing off the bridges, and the bridge designs are very, very, very simple. It's just stone and mossy stone, because I wanted to have it where like underneath the bridge is wet, and kind of where the water is and all that fun stuff. And yeah, I like how all three bridges are exactly the same, but I like how they turned out. It took a little bit to try to figure out a design and height. I know you'll see this at the third bridge a little bit, but I do need to add a bit more to the bottom, because at least for this bridge, as you see, it's fairly close to where the bottom of the river is, which I do have to deepen a bit, but just a little bit, and might add mud to the bottom to make it a little bit pretty. I saw that in someone's episode or someone's video, and I'm like, ooh, that would be a really cool, smart idea to do. But yeah, I am planning to do that in the future. There's a few things underwater that I have to work on. I still have to work on the underwater of the airport. But yeah, we get to the bridges, and I'm really happy. I still am working on the houses that we need to do, the 3 houses. They've been kind of a little bit tricky on designs, especially interiors. The exteriors aren't terrible. It's the interiors that are the worst ones. So I'm still working on those, but I've gotten them done pretty much. And so I'm excited to hopefully get those. I'm hoping no later than April to get those worked on. I keep saying, oh, it'll be next episode, or it'll be a couple episodes from now, and I still haven't gotten them done. So at this point, it's like, yeah, I'm going to aim for April. So it gives me a few more weeks to do that. So, all right, we're going to be finishing this bridge, and we are actually going to be getting to the question of the day. So question of the week is going to be, what is the most painful interior you've had to build in Minecraft? So yeah, let me know. I'm not the best when it comes to interiors. You can kind of see a little bit. When I have a design already made, most of the time I can try to use that and try to incorporate it into Minecraft, but when it's like a little bit more technical, like some of the villagers on Animal Crossing, more technical for their interiors, it's a bit hard to translate. But if I'm going off of like just pulling from my brain and just pulling out of thin air, I do find it hard to do interiors, just because it's like I don't know where I want things, or like I want to try to make something look like one thing, but because I haven't unlocked that skill on what blocks could go together to make it look like that, it's a little bit hard. But I think the hardest exterior, despite me having what it looks like, was when I did some castle builds. And these were based off of Final Fantasy IV, and it's just, they were so spacious, and in the game it looks great, but it's like trying to work on, build a throne, and it's like, make it look good, but have enough room so I could add more things. That's the biggest thing, is trying to be able to add everything I want to add, or, because I don't mind doing kitchens. I think kitchens might be my favorite, and maybe bedrooms, but other ones are a little hard. But I've gotten a lot better over the years. Like, I at least have now added, like little kitchens and little living rooms. Bedrooms aren't terrible, but if I don't have enough room, they can be very plain, in my opinion. But yeah, that's the question of the of the week. I kind of went on a little tangent on it, but that's kind of what this episode's gonna be. So, as you can see in the background of this bridge, however, I do have some walls up. I did get that done on stream last week, and I don't have all the iron bars, but we got at least the tough down. I need to get a bit more tough, I think. I might be good. But I left enough space where the houses are going to be, because those two are also 2 more houses I have to work on. But thankfully, each one on the residential section of the island is exactly the same. I mean, technically, all the villager homes are the same, but at least size-wise and layout, just different fencing and decor and what's on the exterior. But those are future projects that I will be working on. It probably won't get to them until May almost, but we'll see about that. So, but yeah, this bridge is kind of floating a little bit, and same with the next bridge that we're now going to be seeing is kind of floating. The bridge 2 is a little bit more because I haven't got the lineup yet. Right now I have decided, because in Animal Crossing you're able to use the pole and jump over the pole to get over certain parts of the river if it's close enough, and when you have a bridge you technically can get across the river using the pole, but I don't want to do that because, you know, that's too much work in the game, and you can't technically do that in Minecraft. That would be cool though. But so I have at least put some, like, where how wide I want it, and I think as of right now I have it 6 wide, because I can, if I do it right, I can kind of jump just across with my wings, but it's a bit hard. But I think 6 across is nice, and it gives a good size to the bridges I want, because I don't want it too compressed and I don't want it like too long. You know, it's one of those things. I've talked about this in the past where I have trouble scaling certain things in Minecraft. That is something I've always struggled with, even outside of doing builds based off of video games or other media. And even when I'm doing my own builds, like something based, even though this is also based off of stuff, but based off of memories I had of like houses, a house I grew up in, my grandparents' farmhouse, even just general building, like trying to get that scale so it's like it fits everything I want, but then it gets so big, and then it's like too big, and it's a struggle. But I like how this is going to turn out. I need to get at least the layouts of the different islands so we can get that connected. I'm still avoiding the terraforming the beaches, which I still really need to do, especially since we'll have the one river opening to the left as you're watching it, to the left of where I'm working, and then back at the first bridge, to the left as well, I guess. I don't know. Behind the bridge, like further down, that's where the other opening is, because I have one solid river that goes through my area, and then I have some other areas that have some water I'm gonna be dealing with. But yeah. So, I know I was a bit rambly in this episode, and we're kind of getting close to the end of it, but I'm pretty proud of how these bridges turned out. I'm like, this is the section that I mentioned earlier that I'm gonna have to add more support, because it's just hanging there. Like, it goes 2 blocks down and it's just hanging there. So I need to bring it all the way down, and I might add little pillar supports underneath, you know, so we can have that. But I'm pretty proud of how that turned out, and I think that's going to be about it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next time. What is the most painful interior you've had to build? Really? I'm asking a question! Rude.